Okay, what's happening, guys? Jay here. This is smarthelping.com. Today, we're not going over any new templates, but I want to dive into a concept that's relevant for pretty much every single financial model I've got. And we're going to talk about scaling and compounding your cash flow for, um, well, I mean, any business. Basically, how do you look at the model and look at the cash flow, cash position over time, and figure out reinvestments. So the business makes money. We've got equity coming in at some point in the beginning to pay for burn, and then once the business starts going positive, and let's say you don't really want to build a giant cash position or you want to keep some minimum, but then reinvest. Well, how do you handle reinvestment in a financial model? And this is pretty much the same in every single one I've got over, 150 or so. You guys can download them all at the site, obviously. Um, but so here in this specific example, you got some burn the first few months. You got about 300,000 roughly. So we're raising some equity. That's going to last us until we think we're going to get positive. And then in month 11 here, we start making, some cash savings up into the 200s, 3, 4. After, a year or so, we're up over 1 million. So let's say we actually don't want this much cash, and you can see there are some capex investments happening here as we scale. Mainly, this model is completely automated scaling, where as you do more jobs, it's going to buy more equipment automatically, and based on these costs, you'll have some capex there. So the model does all that automatically. It's just all you have to define is leads in this case. So to reinvest this money, we would just look at the model and see, well, we got about 1.3 million here. We still go down to 587. So maybe if we want to do another 200,000 worth, we could do half the amount of new ones. So here it was we added about 1,100. We could add another five. So let's say we wanted to go a little bit harder. So instead of 1,500 leads, we think we could handle 2,000, which is that's 600 jobs a month instead of 450. So in the model, we scale up a little bit more. We're going to have to buy some new machines, and this is just for parking lot striping, but really any business with equipment and crews, this specific model will be good for. And again, the idea is similar in any financial model that I've built is you can go in and adjust the assumptions and have the model produce higher cash flow capex requirements, and you can kind of keep your cash flow at certain levels and see how fast you can scale without having to raise any more equity is the point here. So you can see we're down to 300,000. The model is automatically reinvesting the available cash, and then your just cash balance for that month is now lower than what it would have been if we scaled less. Here's your purchases for equipment, the big items. So we're going from a requirement of 5 on the striping machines up to 19. So we have to buy 14 more of those, 7 more trailers. We got to get some more stencil kits and layout tools. So all that pops into the capex. We are financing some of it, so you can see loans happening here, loan proceeds, total loan proceeds, the capex, and net effect on the cash flow. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. Now we're scaling faster, so our revenue is growing a little bit more. If you see, well, let's see, before we were at 1.5, we were at 27 million, almost 28 million on the top line in year 3 and 12.9 million in EBITDA. Now if we go do that scale higher now, we're at 32, almost 33 million in revenue and 15 million in EBITDA. And what did I say we were at? Around 12, 13. So about 2 million in EBITDA, just on that little adjustment. And obviously, you don't know for sure if these leads are going to convert at the same rates, but the idea is if you do want to reinvest and do more jobs, this is what it will cost. And then the potential revenue of those jobs, assuming you're able to utilize all the new equipment, is, you know, we got about $2 million more dollars in year three. Now you could do more dramatic, like let's look at year four. We're at 46 million in EBITDA, 97 million in your revenue. And if we look at our cash flow, how much cash do we have to work with? Well, our lowest point in if we go over to year four, is, I mean, we're really scaling now. We're at 14, 12, 10, 9, 8. 8.5 is the lowest, and it really grows up from there. So we could probably do quite a bit more jobs in year four because we've built up a lot of cash. Um, so let's say we go from 6,000, let's say we go to 20,000. We do that all the way through to year four, and we just hold that through to the rest of the year. Well, now we've bumped up our revenue to 266 million, EBITDA at 127. And what did it cost us? Well, we actually were able to use cash in the business to grow. So if you go now to year four, we have this big capex item here of 6 million. As we scale up, you can see the equipment. We got to buy 200 more stencil kits, 63 trailers, 132 striping machines. So now we still have $1 million in leeway here in month 37, the first month of year four. And then with that scale, it's producing so much more revenue that our cash position is just continually rising. So you can see how once you start generating a lot of cash flow, as long as your scale has traction and your unit economics are good, you can really, really start to scale. If you've got all your unit economics down so that as you add more, in this case, more jobs, the costs and the revenues all make sense, and it just pinwheels, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes until you reach some kind of max stabilization. But to get there, I mean, if you're at that point, you're doing really well. So this is how we're trying to get there in this scenario, by not raising new capital and just reinvesting the money we have. And all we're doing, again, is just adjusting our assumptions based on the timing of when we have cash, based on our monthly detail, showing us our cash position, and we're just investing. Instead of growing that more and more on the cash position, we're reinvesting, then growing more, and then again we could keep scaling at larger magnitudes in this case, assuming we don't hit some national or global stabilization point. But if you're there, you've got a lot of different problems that are, people would call it a high class problem. And if you're trying to figure out how to scale as you're making billions of dollars, but that is just the concept I wanted to explain today, is reinvesting, and obviously that's going to affect all your returns, the value of the business over time. I've got some IRRs in here just based on these arbitrary assumptions. But that reinvestment might come with more equity too. Like here, maybe in year three, we have to raise a little bit because we don't have enough cash to invest in all the new equipment. So we have to raise a little bit of equity as well. But you know, that's what the model's for, is figuring out what that looks like based on these assumptions. Okay, so that's all I got for you on this one. If you want to download this specific template, you can go over to smarthelping.com. It's under general industry and under the services section here, right at the top at the moment. And you can go ahead and download that. Most of the templates I offer can do everything I just explained as far as cash flow planning and reinvestment planning. And I've got hundreds of different financial models for different businesses. You can test. All of the assumptions are unique to the businesses, and it's not the same thing for everyone. And I've covered a lot of different use cases, as you can see. I also have other tools, valuation tools, waterfalls, not just startup operating models, but I do have a lot of operating models here. You could download the whole Super Smart bundle if you just go to the top, $500 one-time fee, or if you just want to try out a few, you could download one of them individually for a cheaper price. I also do custom builds. So if you want a custom build, my rate's $275 an hour, usually 2 to 4 hours, unless it's a bigger job, then we just see how it goes, talk about it. I also have fixed pricing if you want to try and do that as well. You can email me about it. And that's all I got for you on this one. Have a great 4th of July weekend. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.